Have you ever created content with AI and stared at the screen thinking, this isn't quite right? What if I told you there's a simple way to craft AI prompts that deliver exactly what you need every time? Whether you're a marketer, small business owner, or content creator, this video will reveal the game-changing strategies that will save you hours and ensure your AI content is spot on. So stick around because this could completely transform how you use AI in your content creation starting today. I'm going to let you off the hook. It's not your fault that you don't know how to set up a prompt. 1 million users in 5 days. That's how many users ChatGPT got when it first launched. Yet, so many people are still searching for prompts online. Why is that? Do we all need thousands of prompts? I believe the real reason is because prompting is a bridge to create great content. So people are actually searching for that because they're not getting results. The fact is, AI is here to stay and it's not going anywhere. AI won't replace humans, but humans using AI will. I bet you're a little bit like me. You saw AI as an opportunity to create content, yet maybe you spent hours tweaking a prompt, trying to get it just right, only to end up with something that's generic or off target. It's frustrating, isn't it? Now, what are the chances that this cycle will repeat next time you sit down to create a prompt? Pretty high, right? But why does this happen? Is it because we're not smart enough? Absolutely not. I believe it's because we haven't been using the right approach. That's why we're here to change. My name is Carlos Aviles, and what I'm about to show you isn't some generic how-to guide you'll forget by tomorrow. I'm actually going to trick you into remembering this formula. This formula was born out of the need to help my clients. I've spent and managed millions of dollars in paid advertising. This is a picture of me and one of my high-ticket clients receiving the 2 Comma Club Award. It hasn't always been sunshines and rainbows. I've actually struggled tweaking prompts, trying to get customized content. Now, this video is especially for you if you're saying things like, I'm just not good at this, or AI is too complicated for me. I'll never get the hang of it. Sound familiar? These thoughts are too common, but they don't have to be your reality. Look, technology should simplify the task, not complicate them. And AI is not an exception. My passion lies at the intersection of AI and marketing. That's why I created this framework, to take frustrations off your plate and help you get back to what you love doing. All right, here is where things get interesting. What does the acronym C.H.A.T stand for? Let me introduce you to the C.H.A.T formula, your new best friend in content creation. C stands for context, H stands for help, A stands for audience, and T stands for task. I also added another letter, I, which I will reveal here in a second. But first, imagine you're a magician about to perform your grand show. Before you even pull up your first trick, you need to set the stage, right? The lights dim, the music starts, and the audience leans in, eager for what's next. That's exactly what context is in the C.H.A.T formula. It's the opening act, where you provide the AI with the who, the what, the where, and why. So it knows the environment and the mood. Just like a magician sets the scene before dazzling the crowd, you're setting the scene so that AI knows exactly what it's dealing with. So for example, let's say you're running a small online business that sells eco-friendly home products. That's your stage, and that's what the AI needs to know how to make magic happen. Now we're gonna continue with this analogy. A magician isn't just a magician. They might also be an illusionist, a mentalist, a master of sleight of hand, depending on the trick they're about to perform. So in the same way, when we're guiding AI, you need to tell it which hat to wear. Do you need it to be a marketing genius, a creative wordsmith, or maybe a tech guru. By specifying the type of help you need is like telling AI which hat to wear so that it knows what trick to perform for you. So for example, let's say you want the AI to craft a killer email campaign. You'll probably say something like, you're an expert in digital marketing with a focus on creating compelling email content. So now it knows which hat to put on. Now, every magician knows their audience. Are they performing for kids at a birthday party or adults at a corporate event? The trick, tone, and style will change depending on who is in the room. The same goes for AI prompts. When you define the audience, you're telling AI exactly who's sitting in the front row. This way, it knows how to tailor its language, style, and content to captivate that specific group. So for example, your audience might be environmentally conscious consumers aged 25 to 45 who are passionate about sustainability. Now the AI knows that it needs to impress that specific audience. Finally, think of the task as the magic trick you want to perform. It grabs the wand. The magician uses their wand to direct that energy and focus on a specific outcome. Pulling a rabbit out of a hat, maybe making someone levitate or reading someone's mind. In the chat formula, your task is the wand. It's what you want the AI to achieve with all the context, help, and audience in place. The clearer you are about the trick you want to perform, the more impressive the result. For example, maybe your task is to generate 5 catchy email subject lines that will boost your open rate. That's the magic trick you're aiming for. Next, I stands for iteration. The magician practice, tweak, and refine their performance until every moment is flawless. This is the iteration step in your content creation process. After the initial draft or output, it's time to go back and refine. Just like a magician rehearses before the big show, each iteration is a chance to sharpen the performance, ensuring that the final act dazzles the audience. Let's say AI generates a set of email subs. You review them and notice they could be more compelling. So you ask the AI to refine them, specifying a specific urgency or exclusivity. Just like a magician might adjust the timing of the performance in order to increase suspense. So when you use the chat formula, you're like a master magician, meticulously preparing for a grand show. You set the scene with context, choose the right hat, know your audience, perform the trick with a clear task, and finally improve with iterations. Every step is crucial to ensuring that the final performance is nothing but short, leaving your audience amazed and waiting for more. All right, so by now you're probably thinking, all right, does this really work inside of ChatGPT to create great content? Let's take a look. All right, so I have 2 split screens here, one on the left and one on the right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use a vague prompt on the left side, which is more than likely what most people are going to do. They're gonna input a vague prompt. So it says, create a Facebook ad to target people looking to join kickboxing classes. As you can see, I'm also using the 4.0 model and I'm using a temporary chat. All right, so now it's gonna create a Facebook ad. So now we're gonna use the chat formula on the right side. So remember, the first part is to set the stage. So I am a direct response media buyer. The help that I want, the hat that I want ChatGPT to wear is going to be an expert in copywriting. Then the next part of the formula is the A for audience. And I'm targeting people that are 25 to 45 who are bored with regular workouts and are looking to get fit in an exciting new way. Okay, so now that's the audience. The task, which is the magic that I want to happen with ChatGPT, is write an ad to bring people to sign up for my 30-day free trial for kickboxing classes. And now you can see what is going to create. Right? So this is a full prompt using the chat formula. So as you can see here, it acted as a copywriter. Usually what you want to do is, as a copywriter, you want to start copy with a hook. So the hook is tired of the same old workout, which is fantastic compared to this one, looking for an exciting way to stay fit and relieve stress. You can see the difference, right? And then it keeps going. Are your workouts feeling more like a chore than a challenge? So it's developing a story, right? It's time to shake things up and unleash your inner warrior. So, and it goes right into the offer, and it goes into a specific why kickboxing is not just a workout, right? So as you can see, there's a clear difference on the type of output that you create with ChatGPT. All right, so most people are more than likely going to write a vague ad, right? Because coming up with everything that goes into the chat formula takes a lot of thinking. So what I went and did is I created a GPT. A GPT is a model that I've trained so that you can get the chat formula done with you. Instead of you thinking of the chat formula, this is going to guide you to actually create the perfect prompt every time. Let me show you how it works on a demo so you can see the clear difference. Okay, so on the left, I have a prompt that says, create a content calendar for my kickboxing studio, which is pretty vague. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. All right, so it went and created a content calendar week 1, week 2, week 3. So now I created a GPT called the perfect prompt Houdini, and let me show you what that is going to do for you. So same prompt, create a content calendar for my kickboxing studio. All right, so as you can see, now it's saying, hey, to help you create a content calendar for your kickboxing, I'll guide you through the process of using the chat framework. So the context is set the scene. It wants us to provide some background information about our kickboxing studio, any specific goals in mind, and then also then it's going to ask us help. What kind of expertise do we need? So now it's asking me to, figure out what type of help I want. Then the audience, right? Is it a specific demographic, interest? What motivates them to want to do kickboxing? So, and then the last one is going to be task. Define the objective. What is the main objective of the content calendar, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to answer these questions without any specific order. So as you can see here, right, it created a prompt for me from a vague prompt, right? This is my vague prompt. And then it helped me figure out the things that I should be adding to my prompt to make it better. I then just answer the specific things that I recommended on not a particular form. I just wrote them down, and then it created a new prompt so that it went from a completely vague prompt to now a refined prompt that follows the chat formula. And then it created the content calendar. And after that, it also gave me different tips on how I can improve this. All right, so I showed you this stuff and you're probably wondering, does this stuff really work? Let me show you a Facebook ad account for one of my clients. As you can see, we spent over $16,000 on this ad account, but let me take you to where the ads are located, right? So if I go here, all these ads have been created using ChatGPT and Midjourney. The copy, everything came using the specific prompts that I've created. All right, so they opt in, and after that, we get anywhere from 1 to 10 leads per day. You can see that this stuff I'm teaching you works. So if you want to get started using the chat formula, click the link below, grab the free guide. It's easy to follow, and you'll start seeing results right away, just like I showed you in this demo. All right, so the goal here is simple. It's for you to start using ChatGPT and the chat formula so you can create better content. So let's do a quick recap. C stands for context or setting the stage. H stands for help, telling AI what type of hat to wear. A stands for audience. You got to specify AI who your ideal audience is. T is for the task or the magic that you want AI to create for you. And ultimately is I for iteration, is where you refine and improve the output generated by AI. So I hope you like this video. Carlos Aviles. Until next time, take care.